As even huge legacy automakers struggle to survive due to the wrong partnerships, well, take a look, guys.
The anger of these VW workers is clear. They fear their jobs are at risk. This plant is in Wolfsburg, long known as a motor city of Germany, but now uncertainty over its future is the driving force, and the unions say the bosses are to blame.
It's not a crisis because of the employees, it's a crisis due to the top management, which now has to come up with a few ideas different from what every manager can come up with. Site closures and mass layoffs, anyone can do that. We've always expected something different from Volkswagen.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. So yes, even Volkswagen is struggling to survive as they did partnerships with Xpeng instead of with the champion and the king of the hill, NIO. They decided to go with subpar partnerships and they are struggling. Whilst all this is happening, NIO expects to deliver between 20,326, yes, you heard that right, and 22,300, not 20, 22,326 vehicles in September. Yummy for the tummy. With an outlook for the third quarter between 61,000 and 63,000, NIO reported. Its second quarter earnings crushing analyst expectations. The race is not for the swift, but for the ones who can endure. When you see a superior CEO, a superior business model, a superior product, and a superior delivery system, all you need is time. And since I've said it time and time again, we have a business model that will take more time to develop. But once it's established, we will eat the competition's lunch. So Morgan Stanley analyst Tim Sau, so we reported our second quarter earnings, and like I expected, it was dynamite. Yes, it was indeed. And well, let's listen to what Morgan Stanley had to say. The analyst from Morgan Stanley, Tim Sau, published a new research note on Thursday shortly after NIO's second quarter earnings results were reported. Shortly after the report, reiterating an overweight rating and a $10 price target, $6.10 price target. Following the results, NIO shares jumped 6% to $4.50 in pre-market trading. I'm doing this video pre-market as well, guys. Based on the last closing price, Morgan Stanley price target indicates an upside potential of nearly 44%. Remember I said, guys, we should see over 100% by the end of the year. Over 100% from where we are now. That was my honest opinion. NIO reported a narrowing net loss of RMB 5.1 billion in 2024 versus 5.3 billion, largely in line with our expectations. So we narrowed our losses at RMB 5.2 billion loss, to which upside of better vehicles margin was offset by higher OPEX, the analyst noted. Sau highlighted the average selling price saw a slight decline of 2% compared to the previous quarter, while admitting that the vehicle gross margin exceeded the firm's expectations. It exceeded our expectations. Total revenue increased 76% quarter over quarter. And I truly believe some of that is also because of the partnerships now taking up some of the cost of the battery swap stations. Remember, one of the energy companies helped us build out some of those stations, and the other EV partnerships are going to continue to help us in the future build out swap stations. So it said total revenue increased 76% quarter over quarter. Let me say that again. Total revenue increased 76% quarter over quarter, to RMB 17.4 billion versus the company's original guidance of RMB 16.6 billion. So we were shooting for 16.6 billion RMB. It came in at 17 for volume beat, albeit with a 2% quarter-over-quarter downtick. Vehicle gross margin increased 3-point quarter-over-quarter to 12.2%, exceeding our forecast of 11%, as improving scale and benefits of lower lithium and battery prices more than offset inferior mix erode. Remember I told you guys that as time goes by, we will see the price of batteries come down a little bit, and also with the uptick, with the amount of swaps we'll be having, we are now getting ready. Tomorrow, in fact, they will announce, or I believe it's later today, tweaking of the pricing of battery as a service. That can also come down a little bit to make it even more popular. And it's already cheaper than filling gas. The company reported a vehicle margin of 12.2% in the second quarter, nearly doubling from the 6.2% reported a year ago, nearly doubling. And up sequentially from the 9.2% reported in the first 3 months of the year. So I wouldn't be surprised now if the the American propaganda machine in the West, the media, comes out and say China is slowing down yet again. We need to be careful. Yes, remember the last time we put out our quarterly earnings, that's what they did. Morgan Stanley analysts added that the volume forecast for the third quarter between 20,326 and 22,326 units is in line with expectations. And let's see if we crush that, because now Envo is coming on the 20th. OPEX came in slightly higher with RMB 12% quarter over quarter and RMB 25+% quarter over quarter ahead of the official Envo launch on September 20th. Third quarter 24 volume guidance of 61,000 to 63,000 units, up 6 to 10% quarter over quarter, is in line with our forecast, implying a 20.3 to 22.3 thousand sales for September. The analyst says L60, the first model under NIO's sub-brand, the first model with many more to come under Alps, Envo, is the next big catalyst, as investors and analysts wait for more details on the demand for the SUV models. Revenue guidance for RMB 19.1 to 19.7 billion, up 10.13% quarter over quarter, suggests low single-digit ASP uptick in third quarter 24. All eyes are on the L60 price order conversion as well as second half GPM trajectory, the analysts concluded. So you see, guys, as the business model continues to build out and as we continue to get more recognition, we will be selling a lot more vehicles starting with Envo. We decimated the high-end segment when they were saying, well, we're not like the albino electric Viking in Australia recently did a video where he was pretending not to know why, and he said, oh, well, Tesla is still outselling NIO. Pretending not to know that NIO is high-end. Of course, our price margin is way higher with the NIO brand, and of course Tesla will outsell us for now. But with Envo coming, this is why these guys are dangerous on YouTube. But with Envo coming, with Firefly coming, with the 6 and 7 seater coming next year under the Alps brand, with more sub-brands that will be coming out under Firefly, what do you guys think will happen, especially with the revenue coming from battery swapping? Forget even just the car deliveries, the battery swapping. The phone sales, everyone wants to be connected with their beautiful NIO phone to their cars, and all of the other things coming with the partnerships. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational yet again on a Thursday morning. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. It's all I ask. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel we are waking up the middle class for the first time just get in at the bottom level and ride the wave up and get a major piece of the pie. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.